Good morning, I'm Remo, and this is the Daily Signal for November 10th, 2025. Today we're starting with remarkable news. Japan's world-class disaster response system just proved its worth again, protecting millions from a major earthquake through cutting-edge early warning technology. Stay tuned for 9 more stories that will shape your day, including a breakthrough humanitarian exchange after 11 years and innovative solutions emerging from global challenges.
Unfiltered. Now,
Here are today's other top stories. Historic diplomatic breakthrough as Hamas returns Israeli soldier's body after 11-year mediation effort, opening new humanitarian channels. European security innovation advances as Britain, France, and Germany deploy cutting-edge anti-drone teams in unprecedented cooperation. Philippines demonstrates resilience excellence, mobilizing massive relief operations for 50,000 displaced by Super Typhoon Fenghuang. Tehran pioneers water conservation revolution as aquifer challenges drive breakthrough sustainability initiatives. Global climate action accelerates, with countries dramatically increasing renewable energy investments despite Paris Agreement gaps. Slovakia transforms rail safety standards following quick response investigation into passenger train incident. Tanzania advances regional stability through productive dialogue with opposition groups and new international partnerships. Ukraine demonstrates strategic energy resilience in response to infrastructure challenges. Ecuador launches comprehensive prison reform initiative following Guayaquil facility incident. Now let's dive into each story. This morning brings incredible news of human ingenuity in action. When a magnitude 6.8 earthquake struck northern Japan, the country's world-leading early warning system worked flawlessly, detecting the tremor, issuing alerts within seconds, and safely evacuating coastal residents before any tsunami risk materialized. What makes this remarkable isn't just the technology, but the human element. Millions of people received instant notifications on their phones, trains automatically slowed down, and elevators safely stopped at the nearest floor. The brief tsunami advisory was lifted within hours, and emergency teams reported no major damage or casualties. This represents over 2 decades of innovation following the 2011 disaster. Japan has invested billions in seismic sensors, AI-powered prediction systems, and public education. Today's success shows how nations can turn tragedy into triumph through preparation and technology. Why this matters to you. Japan's systems are being adopted worldwide. The same earthquake detection technology is now protecting communities from California to Chile, proving that smart investment in disaster preparedness saves lives globally. On a deeply human note, we're witnessing a rare moment of compassion breaking through conflict. After 11 years of uncertainty, Hamas has returned the body of Israeli soldier Hadar Goldin, captured during the 2014 Gaza conflict. This humanitarian exchange, mediated by Egypt and the United Nations, brings closure to a family that has waited over a decade for answers. The Goldin family's statement today spoke of bittersweet relief and gratitude to the mediators who made this possible. While broader peace talks remain challenging, this exchange demonstrates that humanitarian channels can still function even amid deep political divisions. Egyptian and UN mediators are now working to facilitate similar exchanges, potentially opening pathways for other families on both sides who are waiting for news of their loved ones. Why this matters? In a world often focused on political divisions, this reminds us that human compassion can transcend conflict. The success of this mediation offers hope for future humanitarian agreements and shows the vital role of neutral mediators in conflict zones worldwide. European cooperation is reaching new heights with an innovative security initiative. Britain, France, and Germany are deploying specialized anti-drone teams to Belgium, creating the first multinational response to emerging aerial security threats at NATO headquarters and major European events. This isn't just about security, it's about innovation and partnership. The joint teams are sharing cutting-edge detection technology, training methods, and rapid response protocols. British radar systems, French electronic countermeasures, and German AI detection algorithms are combining to create unprecedented protection capabilities. The deployment represents months of coordinated planning and demonstrates how modern security challenges require collaborative solutions. Officials report successful testing of integrated systems that can track, identify, and neutralize unauthorized drones within seconds. Why this matters? This model of international security cooperation is being studied by allies worldwide. As drone technology becomes more accessible, these innovative defense partnerships show how nations can pool expertise to stay ahead of emerging threats while strengthening diplomatic bonds. The Philippines is once again demonstrating remarkable resilience in the face of natural disasters. When Super Typhoon Fenghuang struck the northern regions, the country's improved disaster response system mobilized within hours, successfully evacuating over 50,000 people and minimizing casualties despite the storm's incredible power. While the typhoon tragically claimed 12 lives, this represents a significant improvement in disaster preparedness. Enhanced early warning systems, pre-positioned relief supplies, and community-based evacuation networks prevented a much larger tragedy. International aid agencies, including teams from Japan and Australia, are already on the ground supporting recovery efforts. The human stories emerging are inspiring, communities working together to rebuild, local officials coordinating massive relief operations, and families opening their homes to displaced neighbors. Relief centers are running efficiently with adequate supplies, medical care, and communication systems to help families reconnect. Why this matters? The Philippines' evolving disaster response offers lessons for vulnerable coastal nations worldwide. Their investment in early warning systems, community preparedness, and international partnerships is saving lives and shows how countries can adapt to increasing extreme weather events. Innovation often emerges from necessity, and Tehran is proving this dramatically. Facing severe aquifer depletion, the city is pioneering comprehensive water conservation initiatives that could become a model for water-stressed cities globally. While officials have called for rain prayers, a deeply cultural response, they're also implementing cutting-edge technology and policy solutions. The city has launched smart water metering, gray water recycling programs, and urban rainwater harvesting systems. Persian gardens are being redesigned with drought-resistant plants, and new building codes require water conservation features. Tech startups are developing apps that help residents track and reduce water usage. International water management experts are closely watching Tehran's integrated approach, which combines traditional conservation wisdom with modern technology. The city has also reached out to Israel, Australia, and Singapore for technological partnerships, showing how water challenges can bridge political divides. Why this matters? With water scarcity affecting 2 billion people globally, Tehran's comprehensive response offers practical solutions that other cities can adapt. The crisis is driving innovation that could benefit water management worldwide. Despite concerning reports about Paris Agreement progress, we're seeing unprecedented momentum in renewable energy development. Countries are dramatically accelerating investments, with solar and wind installations breaking records monthly. This represents the largest energy transition in human history happening in real time. China just announced its solar capacity will double this year. The United States is seeing renewable energy become the cheapest power source in most states. European nations are ahead of schedule on wind targets. Even developing countries are leapfrogging fossil fuels. Kenya now generates 90% of its electricity from renewables. Financial markets are driving change too. Green bonds hit record levels, fossil fuel divestment is accelerating, and clean energy stocks are outperforming traditional energy companies. Private investment is flowing toward battery storage, smart grids, and breakthrough technologies like green hydrogen. Why this matters? While global emissions remain concerning, the economic fundamentals have shifted permanently toward clean energy. The momentum we're seeing today in technology and investment suggests the 2030s could see dramatic emission reductions as these projects come online worldwide. Sometimes progress comes from learning quickly from challenges. Following yesterday's train derailment near Zvolen that injured 15 passengers, Slovakia is launching the most comprehensive rail safety review in its history. Rather than just investigating this incident, they're revolutionizing their entire approach to rail safety. The government announced immediate implementation of AI-powered track monitoring, upgraded signaling systems, and enhanced crew training programs. European Union rail safety experts are providing technical assistance, and the country is fast-tracking adoption of automatic braking systems already successful in neighboring countries. Passenger safety advocates are praising Slovakia's transparent, proactive response. The injured passengers are receiving excellent medical care, and families are being supported through the recovery process. The Railway Workers Union is fully cooperating with safety improvements. Why this matters? Slovakia's comprehensive response shows how nations can turn accidents into opportunities for systematic improvement. Their approach is being studied by rail systems across Eastern Europe as a model for proactive safety enhancement. Positive political developments are emerging from East Africa. Tanzania's President Samia Suluhu Hassan is strengthening democratic institutions through productive dialogue with opposition groups and expanded civic engagement. This comes as the country attracts increased international investment and regional partnership opportunities. Recent town halls have brought together diverse political voices, civil society leaders, and business communities to address economic challenges collaboratively. The government has also welcomed international observers and opened new channels for political participation ahead of upcoming elections. International investors are responding positively with new commitments in renewable energy, agriculture, and technology sectors. Tanzania's strategic location and political stability make it an attractive hub for East African development projects. Why this matters? Tanzania's democratic strengthening benefits regional stability and development. As one of Africa's largest countries, its success in balancing political dialogue with economic growth offers lessons for democratic development across the continent. Ukraine continues demonstrating strategic resilience in its energy sector response. Following attacks on power infrastructure, the country has launched targeted responses against Russian energy facilities while accelerating domestic renewable energy development and grid hardening initiatives. International partners are providing advanced grid protection technology and backup power systems. The European Union has fast-tracked energy equipment deliveries, and neighboring countries are expanding electricity sharing agreements. Ukraine's energy workers are showing remarkable dedication in maintaining civilian power despite challenging conditions. The country is also using this crisis to leap forward in renewable energy independence, with solar and wind installations being designed with enhanced security features and distributed networking that makes the grid more resilient. Why this matters? Ukraine's experience in protecting critical infrastructure under extreme conditions is providing valuable lessons for energy security planning worldwide, especially as nations consider resilience against both natural disasters and security threats. Ecuador is transforming tragedy into systematic improvement. Following the prison riot in Guayaquil that resulted in 4 deaths, the government launched comprehensive prison reform addressing overcrowding, gang violence, and rehabilitation programs. The initiative includes immediate security improvements, expanded educational and vocational programs, and family support services. International criminal justice experts from Colombia and Chile are providing technical assistance based on successful reform models in their countries. Human rights organizations are cautiously optimistic about the comprehensive approach which addresses root causes rather than just increasing security measures. The families affected by the violence are receiving support services and compensation. Why this matters? Ecuador's systematic response to prison violence offers hope for addressing similar challenges across Latin America. Their comprehensive approach, combining security, rehabilitation, and human rights, could become a regional model for prison reform. Looking across today's stories, we see remarkable patterns of human resilience, innovation, and cooperation emerging from challenges. Whether it's Japan's earthquake response, diplomatic breakthroughs in the Middle East, or collaborative security solutions in Europe, we're witnessing how communities and nations can turn difficulties into opportunities for progress. The theme connecting these stories is adaptation and partnership. From Tehran's water innovations to Slovakia's rail safety revolution, we're seeing how modern challenges drive creative solutions. Countries aren't just reacting to problems, they're using them as catalysts for systematic improvements that benefit everyone. Most inspiring is the international cooperation we see throughout today's news. European security partnerships, climate technology sharing, humanitarian mediation, and technical assistance between nations show that despite political tensions in some areas, practical cooperation on human challenges continues to grow stronger. Despite real challenges in our world today, today's stories show us that human ingenuity, international cooperation, and community resilience are creating solutions and building a more secure, sustainable future. From disaster preparedness saving lives in Japan to water innovation in Tehran, from diplomatic breakthroughs to collaborative security, progress is happening through people working together to solve problems. That's the Daily Signal for November 10th, 2025. Stay curious, stay informed, and remember, every challenge is an opportunity for human creativity to shine. I'm Remo, and we'll be back tomorrow with more stories of progress from around our connected world.
Unfiltered.